What's up, everyone? Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Welcome to my first YouTube video. I want to start with history that is happening right now regarding the World Cup in Qatar. It is unbelievable what the Moroccan team is doing right now. I am a Moroccan, and I just want to say I'm so proud. The unity, the brotherhood, the level of energy that has put in to not to lose and to fight for each other. Bro, I'm speechless, man. Especially the unity. I never saw a team that has this level of unity that brought several countries, several continents together. I'm speechless, man. This is not only history regarding that Morocco is in the half final, but everything around them, the awareness about and the love to Palestinians. I'm speechless, man. This some emotional stuff. Yeah, that's the first thing I wanna start with, and I think that it's a beautiful moment to start record my first video on my channel. As the title says, I'm gonna talk about Bitcoin, but I could not start this video without mention the Moroccan team and everything that's happening around the Moroccan team. And again, the unity is, I'm speechless, man. I'm so proud. After all these years, we knew we had the quality of football players. There was a big progress going on the last 20 years, but finally we achieved the most important thing, and that's the unity. The unity, the love to die for each other on the pitch. It is amazing, man. It is really amazing, and the whole world is feeling it. All several continents are just behind the Moroccan team. Alhamdulillah, that we have finally somewhere achieved unity as brotherhood in Islam. Let's talk about Bitcoin. Is it over? Is it a scam? Is it a Ponzi scheme? Is it a pump and dump? Is it just a bubble that has been popped and it's going to zero? Well, if you really want to know if Bitcoin is dead or not, forget about the price action, okay? For now, we are gonna talk about the price action, inshallah, in the upcoming videos and stuff like that. Forget about the price action and try to deep dive in the history. I will give you guys my humble opinion about how you could understand Bitcoin in the best way. The first step is to go back to the 90s. Exactly, the 90s.
Yeah, but Bitcoin has been created in 2009 and 2008.
No, you need to go back to the 90s, bro. Why? Because in the 90s, there was a group of people. They created a movement called the cypherpunks. So the first step is to understand this movement. The second step is to understand what money is. So let us go to the cypherpunk movement. Rebels with a cause. Back in the early 90s, cyberspace was still the domain of hobbyists and hackers. But the cypherpunks believed that was only a matter of time before the internet would become central to society. What they're also saying here is, once governments understood the internet's importance, they would move to co-opt, monitor, and censor it. Wow, unbelievable, man. Long before Facebook, long before the Great Firewall of China, long before the Snowden revelations, the cypherpunks saw it coming. They foretold a regime of online censorship, surveillance that would eclipse the open internet. And according to cypherpunks, there was only one tool that could ensure the internet's freedom: cryptography. So this group, they foresaw the current situation where we are in right now. Wow, that's amazing, man. If you could understand and foresee like what is going to happen to the internet and which effect and impact it would have on society, how the governments will try to restrict it and stuff like that. That's pretty amazing, man. That's where Bitcoin is gonna fit in and try to be the solution. But let's further dive in. The cypherpunks were deeply suspicious of central banks and their control over monetary policy after the end of Bretton Woods. Many years later, their suspicions were arguably justified after the financial crisis of 2008, when central banks created massive amounts of money to bail out failing banks. So what this means is you have banks. In 2008, you had a bank called the Lehman Brothers. Real Lehman Brothers had like a trustworthy position in the financial sector. But they went bankrupt. That central banks is bailing out failing banks is a commercial bank like Lehman Brothers. They just get bailed out. That means that they get money from the central banks. And you have like a Lehman Brothers that went bankrupt in 2008. Those are commercial banks. Central banks created massive amounts of money to save commercial banks. Like the Swiss bank right now is literally bankrupt. They just go to the central bank and they will give them more money to survive, probably. But these kinds of things are very important, guys, and understanding Bitcoin. The cancer of the world, I call it, is creating currency from thin air. And Bitcoin solved that problem and can serve the needs of people to transact with each other internationally. So it's serving the money problem and it's providing a service to being able to transact. These cypherpunk understood the problem of the economy, the problem of central banks, and they start creating their own money. That's the summary, very fast. Such a system should not have a central party capable of surveilling it. Wow, they already they understood exactly what was needed to be a free human who is not being blocked by central parties if they want to do any transaction or any kind of payment. So they understood there should be not a central authority about this kind of new money. They talked about this in the 90s, that it must be something that has no owner and there is no one behind it that can step in and block any transaction because you have a different opinion regarding certain topic, you know. So they already understood describing here Bitcoin. And that's why, again, you know, you need to go back to the cypherpunks to understand Bitcoin, to understand the movement behind urging a new kind of money that is free. Otherwise, that central party would be tempted to censor the system or manipulate the currency. After witnessing the many financial crises and hyperinflations in the 20th century, the cypherpunks believed that the soundest economic system was one that no one could manipulate. Exactly. Creating digital money had a technical problem that no one had yet been able to crack: the double spending problem. The double spending problem, guys. The double spend problem is easy to understand in principle. Imagine I have a digital $10 bill. If that $10 bill is entitled digital, then it's just a bunch of bits on my hard drive. Exactly, yeah. What's to stop me from copying and pasting those bits so I now have two $10 bills? And if I pay two people with copies of that $10 bill, how could they know which one is the real one? That's a double spending problem. 99% of people don't understand how sick Bitcoin is, because how could you have something digital that is scarce and you cannot copy it and you cannot use it several times? So how can you make something digital scarce and you can use it only one time? That's mind-blowing, guys. Seriously, it's mind-blowing. So the cypherpunks problem, the cypherpunks movement had this problem. So how? Yes, we need this money as soon as possible, but how are we gonna fix this problem? We can create a money system, but how can we prevent that people cannot copy or make more of it from nothing, or double it, or use it many times? It's a difficult quest, man. That's why Satoshi Nakamoto is a genius, man. It's unbelievable. This guy comes and solve big problem to make sure that in the future that governments will attack our freedom and regarding transaction. They are already trying to outplay it. They already try to give you the solution that if we're gonna come into a time that governments will intervene and make new policies about how and where and when you can spend your money, these guys are already trying to provide a solution. Geniuses, bro. All these attempts, they tried to give a solution to the people, and they had a problem with double spending. And here's Bitgold, eGold. Bitgold, you also have B-Money, B-Boy, and Bitgold, like Bitcoin. Use a public key crypt. Yeah, this was the closest attempt to the solution. Came very close to Bitcoin. This movement is like the start of developing of Bitcoin. Understand that Satoshi Nakamoto went anonymous because this is bigger than one person, man. So going back to the question, is Bitcoin that? You can see right now, if you understand the story of the cypherpunks and where Bitcoin is coming from, even if Bitcoin fails, the movement is still here and it's only getting bigger, and they will develop something better than Bitcoin. The idea is gold. Nobody can steal this idea. And there are the tools to make maybe a new Bitcoin, a better version of it, if it fails. And I did not even talk about the fundamentals, like the hash rate, the amounts of transactions that is only going up the last 12 years, the adoption of Bitcoin, the functionalities, the use cases of Bitcoin. Bro, there is so many things to Bitcoin than only price. I really hope I made a little bit clear that Bitcoin is more than price action, and Bitcoin. There is by the way, a website where you can see how many times Bitcoin has been declared dead in the last 12 years. It's more than 1,000 times. Yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed maybe the new information that you didn't knew about before. Please, guys, like and subscribe and leave a comment. Leave a comment, because I want to start this channel not making only videos. I want to make a platform and build a community that we can help each other in different ways. I think Bitcoin is definitely something that will unite and is uniting the people around the world. I think next video, I will make a video regarding Bitcoin and how important Bitcoin is for Muslims. I think that's a very interesting topic. So guys, thanks for watching and hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.